Hi guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm Andrea.
And I'm Morgan, and this is Opinionated Moms.
Okay, so I'm excited for today's episode because I feel like we have a lot of stuff that happened in these episodes. So,
Yes.
first headlines.
Okay, first of all, it's our 1 year anniversary of our first
Today?
episode.
Oh my gosh. Well, happy 1 year to
Yes.
us.
Happy anniversary.
Aw. Wow, it's been a year?
I know, right? And here we are
Wow.
on
We took the
season
summer
2.
off. So I feel like that's why I'm like, I feel like there was a break, but it's because
Yeah,
summer. Okay, well that's exciting.
I'm
Thank you
so proud
guys
of
for
us.
everyone who like tuning in and watches and has been loyal. So thank you guys all for
Thank
being here. But
you.
happy 1 year.
All right, headlines. First of
Yes.
all, let's start with the small stuff first. So, Heather from Salt Lake is coming out with like a documentary. It's a 3 part
Mm,
limited series. It comes out November 11th called
mm,
Surviving Mormonism. Um,
mm,
I don't know how I feel about it because a lot of people in the comments were like, this is her whole personality is like being Mormon. And I have no problem with her capitalizing on her life story. But I do want to see it expanded a little bit. I feel like the deep dive of Mormonism has kind of been done.
mm.
I don't know. How do you feel about it?
I mean, I definitely will be tuning in. Um, I'm actually intrigued and like curious because I feel like you're right. It's kind of like everything that she is like on the show, and I'm personally excited just to learn a little bit more of what she's been through in her life and just like why it's such an impact in her life now, if that makes sense. And like
Hmm.
I think they're going to be doing where they talk about other people's stories as well.
Yeah.
Um, I don't really know about the Mormon culture, if I'm being honest, like religiously. So I'm excited. I'm excited to tune in.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it for sure. Um, I guess I've kind of been into like, well, I was really into learning about polygamy, which
Mm.
pushed me to learning more about being
Oh,
Mormon.
okay. Yeah.
So, that's kind of where that came from. It started with that show 19 Kids and Counting.
Uh-huh.
Well, first I started watching them, then I started watching shows about polygamy. So,
Mm. Wait,
yeah,
there's a show
definitely.
called 19 Kids and Counting. I clearly live under a rock.
Yes, girl. It's on TLC. You need to watch it. Well, it was
Okay.
on TLC, but it was about this couple, and I believe they were Mormon. I don't even remember. It's been so long now. But anyway, they had
Hmm.
19 kids, 19 biological, both their kids. Yes, crazy. They had
That
19 of them.
woman gave birth to 19
Gave
kids.
birth to 19 individual children.
Jesus.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Oh my God.
I think she maybe had like one set of twins, if I recall, but like 19 pregnancies, crazy. Then it turned into like a couple spin-offs because like the oldest son, there turned out to be some like issues with him. And
The
then
oldest. Okay.
the oldest son, and then like the older girls got married. So like they ended up having like their own spin-off show. And but yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I have to check this out. I'm so
I think it
intrigued.
ended with it was either 20 or 21 kids and counting. Like they had to change the name of the show because they had more kids.
Wow.
But yeah,
Okay.
crazy.
I didn't know that.
You should watch it. That's a
Yeah.
whole different topic that we can get
Yeah.
into. Nah, we can get into it. Okay.
Yeah.
Next up, Kim Zolciak. We all know Kim. She has a new
Yep.
boyfriend. Apparently, he is a billionaire. Okay, because one thing that girl gonna do is keep
Yeah.
with some money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Allegedly, he's still married, so separated according to her, but not
Oh,
divorced.
okay.
This isn't like Big Papa
Mm-hmm.
where she
Mm-hmm.
was the side chick allegedly. But
Mm-hmm.
um
How does she find these men? Is
I
it
don't
rich
know.
men?
She
Like,
needs to like do a class.
is there like
Um,
an app like I'll be your sugar baby? Like,
I have no idea. I
you
missed
know.
that class. Uh but
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm just
there his name is Kyle Mowitz.
okay.
He's an entrepreneur and co-founder and managing partner of Imperium Companies and Imperium Blue Management, which reportedly totals around 3 billion in assets, and they have offices in Florida and Atlanta. So they manage people's portfolios, is what his company does.
Okay. Well, I mean, Kim is like, man, like she's a hot mess, huh? She is a hot mess.
A hot mess.
A hot
It says
mess.
she actually, so she put one of those question things on her stories, and
Hmm.
people were asking about this man, and it said, "Tell us about who you're dating." She said, "We've been dating for almost 2 years. After I filed for divorce, I went on my first date, and we've been together ever since." So, but are her and Croy officially divorced?
I don't know. I can't keep up with what I feel like one day they're trying to work through it. The next day she's calling the cops. The next day they're filing for divorce. There is just so much toxicity in that relationship. I didn't think they were together. I don't know. And like I don't know what's
Yeah,
happening to Croy. Like what has happened to him?
I don't know, because
Is
well,
he
I was
dating too?
wondering. Well, I haven't heard anything about him dating, but I was wondering about the timing because Ariana was on that Next Gen New York, and on
Yeah.
the show, she said that her and Croy were like going back and forth about the divorce. So that's what I was trying to figure out. When did they film that show for her to say that? But they
Yeah.
keep saying that she's been with this new guy for 2 years. I don't know, but you
I
know, she'll
don't
be
know.
lying.
I don't know.
She'd
I
be
can't
lying.
trust anything comes out of her mouth.
Right. I don't know. I'll look for updates.
Yeah.
Okay, so Garcelle was on Watch What Happens Live the other night.
Mm-hmm.
They asked her, is your friendship with Sutton completely over? She said yes, and she talked about like how disappointing it was because they were so close and things like that. And then Andy said, is that because she didn't have your back at the reunion? And she said yes, but also when they talked after the reunion, Sutton still didn't take accountability for it. Then
Mm-hmm.
an audience member asked her if there's anyone from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills that would leave and make Garcelle consider going back to the show. And she very quickly said Erica. So
Mm-hmm.
clearly there has been no resolve there. But
I have to be. I feel like I always have to be careful with Garcelle because I feel like our listeners or not even followers, just randos, come for us
yes.
when we have anything to say about Miss Garcelle. I want to start off by saying I like Garcelle. Okay, I think she's a well-established. She has worked so hard and in Hollywood and has made a name for herself. I do admire her as a single mom, being able to raise her children, all of that. She wasn't my favorite on the show, but that doesn't mean I don't like her in general. Um, I'm glad her and Sutton are like she realized that Sutton, I feel like Sutton was using Garcelle and Garcelle rode for her so hard, such a loyal friend, and I always felt like Sutton didn't do the same for her. And Sutton just wants to be part of the cool girls. She wants to be an it girl. And Garcelle's like, I don't want to be an it girl. I am an it girl in my own way, and Sutton just can't see that. I'm curious as to, out of all people, why would she say Erica?
Well,
Like, what did Erica do to Garcelle?
I
I'm
know
just
that
confused.
after Garcelle left, they had a lot of beef. They had tension before the end of the last season, and then the way Garcelle left, Erica was just not okay with it, and she made that be very known. I believe Erica was on
With
Watch What
Bose
Happens Live, yeah, with Bose, and they both had like really shady comments. That was either right before or right after the reunion, and Garcelle said
right
in
after the
interviews
reunion.
that like she was upset about how they acted at the reunion. But I feel like Garcelle and Erica have had a very up and down relationship. And so I actually have a friend who's catching up on Beverly Hills. She had never watched Beverly Hills before. So
Hmm.
now she's watching the entire series. And I think she's on season 14 now. So
Okay.
they've been talking about it. And she reminded me of like stuff that I forgot about. And I'm like, oh, like I forgot that and I forgot that. But yeah, Garcelle and Erica have been very like up and down. And you remember Erica told her, Sutton is bad for you. Like if Garcelle had let Sutton go, not even let her go, but if she had just backed off and formed her own relationships without always defending Sutton, without always bringing Sutton into it, I think she could have made real friendships on there,
I guess
or at least
I'm
real
remembering,
allies.
yeah, I'm remembering this, my version, and I feel like have Erica and Garcelle kind of gone back and forth? Yes. But I feel like Erica has always kept it 100 with Garcelle when she gave her the advice of like, hey, you ride for Sutton really, really hard, and I don't think it's reciprocated. And she was just telling her, like, hey, like, you know, like be your own person. And like I think if from I just don't understand why Garcelle said Erica. If she would have said Kyle, I would have understood because Kyle once again,
Actually, they asked if there was someone that you've connected with since the show
and what she say?
and or would be willing to connect with, and she said Kyle. Right, right? I was like,
On the show,
hmm,
if I'm being honest, I feel like Garcelle couldn't stand Kyle because Kyle is the queen bee of Beverly Hills. She gets to do what she wants. She can producers, you know, she is the queen bee of Beverly Hills and she can manipulate for the girls to do what she needs them to do. And I love Kyle. This is someone who loves Kyle. And I feel like Garcelle was always saying it wasn't fair how all the other girls worship her and like Kyle doesn't get to be her real self. So I'm surprised that she's saying Kyle. I'm like, oh, like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird.
actually, looking back on it now, because my friend's watching it, we talked about it. So looking back on it, I think Garcelle always liked Kyle, and she was just, I think Garcelle wanted to be friends with Kyle, but Kyle was playing those like manipulation games and it like disappointed Garcelle. But I think Garcelle always wanted to like, I think she wanted that relationship with her.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this new season. Well, I'm excited, but I'm anxious. Beverly Hills always makes me anxious because,
December 4th.
oh my gosh, because even like Salt Lake, I'm like, just cut it. I don't want to see it ever again. Like Lisa needs severe therapy, and like,
God. Severe.
um, but yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
okay, that was a good one. I like that
All right,
headline.
so a few more things and we'll talk about this week's episode. So
Potomac.
Stacy and TJ.
Oh Lord,
Okay, so TJ actually leaked, quote unquote, his boyfriend contract that he had with Stacy. I don't know if you saw it, but
I didn't.
it's just a typed up thing. It says Stacey Rush willingly enters this agreement with Thomas Anthony Jones Jr. as an equal partner and cast member of Bravo TV's Real Housewives of Potomac, produced by Truly Original LLC and NBC Universal Media. Very specific. I agree that Thomas Anthony Jones Jr. is entitled to 50% of my total salary earned as compensation for my appearance for the 2024 season as a cast member, and each season I appear as a cast member of Real Housewives of Potomac thereafter.
I don't know if I'm gonna be honest, Morgan. I don't know if I can believe what TJ's putting out, and I also don't believe what Stacy's putting out. I don't know what to believe when
I
it
don't
comes to
believe
this.
this because this signature looks like my 3-year-old did it. And I feel like Stacey, I feel like all of them would have a much better signature. This thing, like literally, this signature is just scribbles. Like it's not even like you know how some people will do like the first letter and then
Yeah,
whatever. Like this
yeah,
is literally just a scribble. So
yeah.
I'm gonna.
Um,
It looks like a middle school girl did this. I'm gonna say.
I'm so intrigued with like what really is going on there. You know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
feel like she's standing by what she has said. You know, she's like, whatever. What's her tagline? Like something, something. But I rise, and I'm like, oh Lord.
Wendy. Stacy in the Rising.
Oh man. Was that the last headline?
Okay, so we got some things to talk about with Wendy, which is relevant.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I told you last week that allegedly Wendy is going to be doing like a spin-off with Bravo to film her like case.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was a
Allegedly.
spinoff. I thought cameras were picking up for
Or
part
like
of
a
it.
special. I don't, it's not like a whole spin-off, like a whole separate show, but it's like it's definitely like a special, like limited
Oh, okay. But it's not part
series.
of the Potomac season.
Correct.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
Okay, so allegedly she could be the highest paid housewife in history because of this, allegedly. So according to a source, they're negotiating for $10 million from Bravo for them to be able to film this entire legal process. Um,
Mm.
Wendy and Eddie are fighting back. So it's not just going to be like the cameras are following like a regular case because Wendy and Eddie are basically saying like this whole thing is BS, you need to throw it out. So they're claiming that it was an illegal arrest on fraud charges.
Hmm.
Um, Her lawyer filed court documents as a part of her criminal case on October 17th, and they're demanding that all charges be dismissed. They're saying all evidence is was retrieved in an unlawful search and seizure. So they're saying that even though like they have that email between her and Eddie, and they have receipts of them returning all these things and like clips from the show, they're saying all of those things were gathered in an illegal manner, which makes them, I don't know what the word is, non-admissible to court. It's like you pretty much can't use it.
How
They're not saying they didn't do it. They're just saying the way the police found the evidence was unlawful, therefore you can't use it in a court of law.
interesting.
Exactly. So in
Interesting.
addition to that, the lawyer they hired was the same lawyer that handled the Clinton and Lewinsky scandal back in the day. The lawyer cost $1,500 an hour, and Eddie's family is footing the bill because they're so, knee deep in their debt. And they're also saying that allegedly, if they are convicted, Eddie and Wendy could be deported because they are naturalized citizens. So they were born in Nigeria and they became citizens when they came here. But if you are convicted of certain crimes, when you're a naturalized citizen, you will be deported. So if
Oh
they
my
are
God.
convicted, they could be deported.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm so speechless right now.
It's a lot of information.
Oh my God. Um,
On the plus
okay.
side, they will get paid for filming this entire thing.
I just feel, God, I think I just go back, Morgan. I am so disappointed that this happened to them. Like they did this to themselves, okay? I just thought they were better. You know what I mean? Like people look up to them, their community. Like she got, I can't wrap my brain around what they did. And now all the consequences of what could happen. I'm just like, get deported? Like what happens to their kids? Like are there obviously their kids would go back with them, right? And it's like, but their kids were born
I mean,
here
I would
and
leave my kids. If it was up to me, I would leave. If it was me in Wendy's shoes, I would leave my kids and I would just have my mom raise them if she was willing, which
oh
would
my,
suck. But I wouldn't want to take because now my kids are going to a country that they don't know.
they
Which, I
know
mean, I
no
guess Wendy and
nothing.
Eddie don't really know it because they were raised in the States, but you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like, I wouldn't want to do that to my kids if I didn't have to. Like, it would suck either way.
But like all of that was because of their actions.
Right.
And I have a question because I'm not educated in this subject at all. So they're not denying that they did it, but how the law went about it, enforcement was unlawful. What does that mean? Because like
So,
insurances are going to do their part to make sure that they weren't lying about the itemized pieces and whatnot. So
so
what was
basically,
unlawful?
if you commit a crime, the police have to go about things in a certain way. Otherwise, you can't use certain evidence in court. Like your arrest can be unlawful and you have to throw out the whole case. For example, I'm going to tell on myself. For example, I used a fake ID back in the day, right?
Oh, okay.
I got caught using said fake ID.
Okay.
The way that the police officer contacted me about the fake ID case was not proper procedure. So I didn't
Mm,
have to prove innocence. The case just got thrown out because you can't do
because he
that.
went about it the
Yeah,
wrong
like
way.
if you got arrested today and they didn't read you your Miranda rights, that would be an
Hmm.
unlawful arrest. It didn't matter what you did, your whole case is now thrown out. Like they would have to find, it doesn't mean that they can't find new evidence or go about things again in a different way. It just means that this particular moment you messed up, now you have to start back from zero.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. I look, at the end of the day, if I'm being honest, I hope I just want what's best for their children, if I'm being honest. And I do hope that her and Eddie, like, I don't know, like can look deep down at themselves and like change like what they were that facade they were trying to keep up with, keeping up with the Joneses. And it's like, it's just it's crazy. It's crazy and it's sad. Let's get into Potomac. Okay.
Okay.
because this was a jam-packed episode. There was a lot that was going on.
It was
I
so
have to
good.
start
It was so
so
good.
good. I have to ask just right off the top. I feel like these women are coming for Angel, and I she was you could tell she's like trying to assess the scene and like she doesn't want to get out of character because you could tell that's not who she is. But man, when they were like telling her like, I don't know who this girl is, and like who the girl in the picture is. Come on now. We all know it's a little bit of filter photoshopping, like you can tell at first when they show that picture, I was like, who the hell is that?
Yes.
But as you get closer, it's Angel. Come on now. And then when they were showing the pictures of her Instagram, you can tell that's her. My face changes completely when a professional makeup artist does my face. My nose gets like so snatched, like it looks like it like got lipo, and my eyebrows they actually look like sisters, and like it looks like my I have like an actual chin, double chin's gone. So, and you know how to pose with angles where you look your best. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I was so I,
It
I
didn't
guess
look like her at all, but also, like you said, the makeup thing, and she was definitely wearing makeup in that photo, but also she was a lot thinner in that photo. And
yes,
she
she just gave
said,
birth 19 months ago.
yeah,
Well,
and you can tell, like, specifically the nose is what I was looking at. So, like, if you're a lot thinner and you do makeup on your nose, like, it'll look completely different. But I don't know if people have ever had a baby and their nose spread, but that is a very real thing. Like, I look back at photos
yeah.
of me pregnant and fresh postpartum, and I'm like, that is not my face. So
Yep. Yep. I mean,
some of those things are permanent that happen. Like, when people say like, oh, my
mhm.
face looked like this when I was pregnant, it doesn't always like go back.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And you could
I
tell
do think Angel has weird energy for Wendy, and I don't understand why.
I think Wendy has weird energy for Angel.
I feel like Angel gets very upset with just Wendy when things happen. Like I feel like when they were at Kay's house for the pre-racehorse thing, um, Giselle Giselle, Ashley, and Wendy were all agreeing with whatever, I don't even remember what they were talking about. We're all agreeing, but she only came for Wendy. And I
It
thought
was
that was really
Wendy.
weird.
It was Wendy at the table at Kay's house who Wendy brought up like you didn't have that same energy the day before and now you're switching. Like Wendy's the one who brings it up.
She
And
did say that.
huh?
Yes, but she did
And
say that, but they all agreed.
they all agree, but it was Wendy who brought it to the table. And Angel, I felt like she had a good answer where she was like, you're right. She didn't deny it. She goes, facts. My energy was different. And she goes, and my energy can change. I can be mad in the moment and then reflect and then I can move on from it. That is my real friend. I feel like Wendy was trying to bring up how, like, wait, with us three, you were different. And now she's calling her out in front of all the girls. And I feel like Wendy was trying to make her look bad, in my opinion. I'm gonna be honest, Morgan. I don't trust Wendy now anymore. I just can't trust her knowing what we know
Well,
now.
I never trusted her. I never trusted her. She was never my favorite housewife.
I
Not
did. See, that's the
good
thing.
at.
Like, she wasn't my favorite, but I did trust her. And, like, I thought
I feel like it's
now,
also a natural shift of like the evolution of a housewife to go from like I'm just here for like the vibes and the good time. I don't know why we're fighting, but like I'm gonna defend myself to now I'm the one starting drama. And with the case going on, I can see how that would be a natural shift for her. That just makes sense in my mind. She's also buddied up with Giselle, and that's a very like Giselle type thing. So I feel all her being the way that she's being to Angel makes perfect sense to me. And I don't think Angel's wrong for reacting how she reacted, but I do think that her anger is or whatever, her energy is only focused on Wendy when it should be
mhm.
focused at the group. Do you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but I also do think because Angel and Wendy, they went to what, the same college?
Yeah, but they don't
Um,
know each other. I
they
mean,
don't know each
I don't
other,
know.
but
Wendy
like,
always says she don't know somebody because she didn't know NECA either, remember?
But she did know NECA, and she just
Right,
like all of a sudden was like, I don't know you. I was like, really?
right.
That's what I don't trust. Like your sisters were having beef. Like your sister and your mother were involved, and you're gonna say you don't know her? Like that. And what we know now about Wendy, I'm just so disappointed with how she conducts herself. I don't think she's a girl's girl, if I'm being honest. But I think how Angel's conducting herself so far, she's level-headed, she's calm, she owns up to it. Yes, her energy to Wendy is different, but I think it's because not that she knows Wendy, but they went to the same school-ish, so ish, they did, but they're different years. But maybe she's like, I would think you'd have my back, even though she doesn't know her like that.
I think she's
And
also
then
been talking to Kay.
I was just gonna say, and Kay's been doing a lot these few episodes.
Yeah, I don't
I
like how she shaded Angel because that's supposed to be your friend and she's new to the group. Like literally, like I get she was in her feelings, but I think she took it too far. I do like that she owned up and was like, "Okay, they said I said it, so I said it. Like I'm sorry."
you know you said it. You know you said it.
Right. But I'm glad she dropped it and it didn't become like a thing for the whole season.
Yeah,
So I can
but you know they're
appreciate
gonna bring
that.
that back up.
I don't understand. I'll tell you what I don't understand.
Yeah.
Jazzy. Like it's just like so much.
I
Like
know. I
what
know.
is happening right now?
I
Like you want to be in this cast so bad, girl.
So bad, so bad. And where was that energy last season? Because she was as quiet as a mouse.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
forgot.
I forgot Jazzy was on the show last season.
Yeah, I
And this
remember when we were
season,
recapping. You were
we're
like,
like,
"What's her
who's
name?"
Jazzy?
But she
Like,
was so quiet last season, and now this season, like, who is this? Like, I'm just the energy's
exactly.
so different. Is it? I don't know. Is it because your wedding's coming up? But I don't even know.
And bragging about being a fan. First of all, you should never weaponize the fact that you have a man and someone else doesn't, or like their relationship may not be as good as yours right now, because it wasn't too long ago your man popped out them project twins, okay? So let's not go there. Like you're like, I'm a fiance. Like, congratulations, you have a rich bum.
Yeah, it's like being Delulu at its best, if I'm being honest.
Yes.
And I did like when Angel, I did think it was a little shady, but I felt like she was just letting her know. But she was like, "Oh yeah, my husband was in the NFL. He was a 10-year starter." I was like, "Okay." Like, she was trying to like give her man his flowers. Um they were like, was that a, were you checking her right there? She's like, no, no, not at all. I'm like, so why would you just drop like how many years he was there as a starter? But I mean, I guess in the WAG world, I don't know if that's
I
what you
don't know.
do.
I don't think it's any different than Wendy coming in and being like, "Oh,
Okay.
like you went to." That's like if somebody being like, "Oh, you went to this school." Like, "Oh, me too. I got my master's there." Like, you wouldn't be like, "I got my bachelor's there" because you
Hmm.
got a math. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody, or Wendy comes in, she's like, "Yes, I have 4 degrees."
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I
Jazzy,
think it's pretty normal. It would seem normal to me.
I liked it. I liked it. But when the girls were like, "Oh, like what was that about?" I'm like, "Oh, I could
It just
kind of
being
see
messy.
that." Yeah, they're always being. They are. This episode, they were like from like getting along to like within 10 seconds, the other cast member was bringing up something shady in that whole table. And I
Oh,
was like,
it
this
was a
is
lot.
wild. It was
Okay,
wild.
wait.
Yeah,
Giselle's welcome gifts to everyone but Stacy.
I loved it. I loved it.
She didn't even put her name on the rope. Like I can understand not giving her a card. Or like if it was me, I would have just wrote welcome or like thanks for coming or something. But like
Hmm.
you didn't even put her name on the robe or on the bag. Like
I mean, it was hilarious. They're really coming for Stacey. Like between her breath, not even acknowledging her like existence.
this
Just
last
like, oh, and yet I still rise. That is like I gotta give it to Stacey. She's not backing down. And she's like,
handling it. I
she's
will I will say though, I mean I haven't smelled her breath and I haven't been around her in real life, but I do think she should learn to dance. Like just like a little two-step, like a little, you know,
I'm
that's all we need.
I'm kind of like, is that a shtick? Like you're
That's really how you be moving.
is like I'm concerned if in the bedroom, is that how you like? Like what?
Right.
Like I just can't. I just can't. And I'm like, that this is an act, right? Like you know how to move a little bit. Like nope.
It could be a little something, something. I'm ready to go. I watched it on Peacock, so I don't know if they showed it like when you watch it on like actual cable, if they show the previews of the next episode, but they didn't show it on Peacock, and I really wanted to see it, and I was
No, they
disappointed.
didn't show it for this week, and I love when I get to see like previews too.
Yeah.
And then how do you feel about Tia?
I was like, who's Tia? Um, I don't have a problem with Tia so far. I think she adds like a lighthearted comedy aspect to the show. Like she kind of reminds me of like Mary, but not as dramatic as far as like she
Mm,
just comes in for like her little sideline comments, and it's kind of funny
yeah.
to me.
I'm enjoying her so far. I will say it's been really nice to see how authentic and real like her family shows up on camera because man, her daughters, whoosh, those, they really speak their mind. They don't even care what camera is right there. And she's just kind of like, okay, she's letting them be themselves, you know? And I feel like in Salt Lake, the women try to pretend like their life's perfect, their kids are perfect, they behave, they don't scream, they don't talk back. And right now we're witnessing like, no, like kids talk back, you know? I love the conversation that she had with her son when he's like, I want to be adopted. And she's like, okay, like what's happening now? And she just handled it so well. And she's like, okay, well, don't get adopted because I'm going to miss you too much. It just felt like those are real moments that parents have with their kids, if that makes sense. So I'm enjoying her.
Yeah.
Um, I enjoyed this episode. I'm not gonna lie.
I can't wait to hear this conversation about Chris Samuels and Stacey.
Oh, yeah. Did you see Stacey on Watch What Happens Live? Because
Mm.
she said last night that it's sad because whoever she's like she knows him socially like from the circle. She's like just because I'm seen out with a man doesn't mean I'm romantically connected with him. She's like I know of him, we're friends. She's like but I'm not involved with him like that. She's like and it's really sad how Giselle would run her mouth blah blah blah. And I'm just kind of like can I believe you, Stacey? Like I
Didn't
want
Stacey
to
just pull
believe
up a picture of Giselle with a man and start screaming that Giselle needs to say who that man is? Like, that's literally the exact same thing.
yes, yes. And I uh, yeah,
Well, also,
I
Ashley said that it's not just that you were out with Chris Samuels, it's that you asked to be introduced to Chris Samuels.
yeah.
I don't
Um,
think she owes Monique anything because she doesn't know her or whatever. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know if she knows her, but clearly she knows of her because they've been on the same show. So would I do it? No, I think it's murky waters, but I don't think if she was interested in him, there wouldn't technically be anything wrong with it.
yeah.
It's just own up to it. It's like, girl, you asked, you were
It's
like,
just
oh,
like
set me up
just
with
be
him.
honest. Just be honest. But I enjoyed this episode. I'm excited for the rest of the season. The girls are bringing it. Like they're all calling each other out. They're all getting shady, and I hope Angel can find her voice and kind of like shine a little bit because I feel like she's getting a little lost in the sauce. But I know she can hold her own.
Mhm.
But we are running out of time, so we're gonna have to wrap for this episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and don't forget to like, save, subscribe, leave a comment down below.
And don't forget to follow us on all the things, specifically threads. You know, I love a good threads conversation. So go ahead and follow us and comment on there. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.